America's biggest health crisis isn't a virus or a disease, it's overconsumption. Over 40% of American adults are obese, another 30% are overweight. That means nearly 3 out of every 4 people you see are struggling with weight-related issues. Here's the truth. This isn't just about eating too much or not exercising enough. This is about a system that is being unhealthy easier than being healthy. And that is reason that a lot of people never stood a chance. Today, I want to talk about how America got trapped in this cycle and how we can escape it. The way we beat this isn't through shame or punishment, but through new ways of thinking. For kids, for adults, and for the elderly. Because the problem looks different for each one. Now, let's start with the root of it all, convenience. We live in a culture built around making everything faster, cheaper, and easier. Fast food is cheaper than groceries. Screens are more common than playgrounds. And with apps, you can get anything that you crave in 15 minutes without leaving your couch. That's not progress. That's trap design. And when every single choice leads you a quick dopamine hit, from scrolling to snacking, healthy choices stop being the default. And when you combine that with stress, fatigue, and so many other social pressures, it's no wonder a lot of people just give up. Now, I've been an athlete. I've trained, I've dieted, I've failed, but I've gotten back up. And I've realized that most people don't even know where to start. Not because they're weak, but because it's the system. The system makes it almost impossible. And all of those reasons is why fixing obesity has to be bigger than just eating better. We need strategies that work for real people in real life. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking that the same solution fits everyone. But obesity isn't one problem, it's 3. Now, kids, adults, and seniors all face different obstacles. Kids are glued to screens, adults are buried in work and stress, and seniors often feel isolated or limited by pain and isolation. That's why I came up with something I call FitQuest. It's a blueprint for tackling the obesity crisis from 3 different angles, each one tailored to a different stage of life. Now, kids are growing up in a world where exercise feels like a chore, and games are designed to keep them sitting still for hours on end. But what if we flip that? FitQuest for kids turns physical activity into a game, where movement is the gameplay. Every step, jump, mile ran, any activity like that earns points and unlocks new levels, like a video game. Kids could compete with friends, unlock achievements, and earn rewards, maybe free sports gear or entry at local events. Parents could monitor progress through an app that rewards healthy meals and consistent movement. Schools could use it for PE credit, turning the classroom into a challenging arena. The goal isn't to guilt kids into fitness, it's to make health fun again. Because if kids grow up as seeing exercise as play instead of punishment, they'll carry that mindset for life. It's not just about burning calories, it's about building confidence, curiosity, and energy for the rest of their lives. Now, let's talk about adults, the group hit hardest by obesity. People love to just say, eat less and move more, but that misses the point entirely. Most adults aren't lazy, they're overwhelmed. I have a friend, Sarah, a mother of 2, working full-time. She tells herself she'll work out tomorrow every day, but tomorrow never comes. And that's not a failure of discipline, it's a symptom of burnout. Adults are juggling jobs, bills, and families, all while running on caffeine and fast food. When you're stressed, tired, or stretched thin, the easiest choice is always the unhealthiest one. Studies show that stress and low self-esteem often feed into poor eating and inactivity, creating a cycle that's nearly impossible to escape alone. And that's why FitQuest for Adults starts with something new: mental and emotional support first. The program connects adults with lifestyle coaches and counselors who specialize in emotional eating, motivation, and stress management. Not through crash diets or 6-week plans, but through real conversations about habits and mindset. It also includes mindful movement sessions, activities like yoga, meditation, or light group workouts that blend therapy and exercise. They help adults build momentum in a low-pressure way, starting small and then scaling up over time. Because lasting change doesn't come from guilt, it comes from understanding yourself. When people fix their mindset and reduce their stress, everything else, the workouts, the diet, the progress, falls into place naturally. For seniors, obesity often comes with more mobility loss, chronic pain, and loneliness. But the solution doesn't have to be complicated. FitQuest for Seniors focuses on community movement. Simple group activities, walking clubs, pool exercises, or even dance nights can help seniors stay active, connected, and happy. We can integrate wearable tech that tracks their progress safely with things like step counts, heart rate, and daily mobility goals. The family members also could get gentle notifications if a loved one stops moving as much, if their heart rate declines, or anything like that. When older adults move together, something incredible happens. They start to rebuild purpose. So, what's the takeaway here? Obesity isn't a lack of effort, it's a lack of environment. We live in a world where it's normal to work 10 hours a day, sit for 8 of those, and then get fast food on the way home. Ads push energy drinks more than water, and the cheapest calories are always the worst ones. But if we re-engineer that environment, one small piece at a time, everything changes. Make schools reward movement, make companies invest in health, make neighborhoods walkable, gyms affordable, healthy food accessible. If we want a healthier country, we can't just tell people, try harder. We need to make health easier to choose. America's obesity crisis isn't a destiny, it's a choice that we can still reverse. But it starts small, and it begins with you. Create a fitness group, teach your kids healthy habits, invite your grandparents to go on walks. We can lift the weight of this nation, not through guilt or shame, but through imagination, compassion, and action.